Good morning. Here I come. Morning, everybody. Hey, here I come. I'm still eating my breakfast, y'all. I wasn't really planning on coming down, but see, I got a big old hot link. My niece wanted to come on, so she'll be here in a minute. You know, she like talking about that celebrity news. I think she would end up making that channel sooner than what she planned. Let me take a bite. Good morning, Alfredo. I hope you're I'm praying for you that you have a successful surgery in advance. Good morning, Nuri. And 1, 2, 3, cut it. Because I don't want to be here long, y'all. Because I'm going to start off, though, until she get R-E-A-D. Reggie? Let me see. Y'all think I should put my real glasses on? Do this make me look like Fearless Fly? Now, and tell the truth, y'all. Let me get my real glasses. That's just me being self-conscious. I think it's me being self-conscious. Let me get my real specs. Wait a minute. Food all over my teeth, y'all. I'm in a better mood this morning, though. I didn't wake up tired and in one of those moods, like I say, I be in sometime. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just pretty rested, even though I had a nice time yesterday. But y'all, first let me say, I like the goddess's little skit she did yesterday about, what's her name? Trish. Everybody started joining. Everybody was funny. Let me get my gadget ready, y'all. Because this thing be running slow. I'm going to get me a new router, though. And I'm going to do what Lady Nika said. She said something I need to change for when certain people come on here that just knock me plumb on out. And this hot links is hot, too. Could have my stomach rolling. Okay. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Lockhead, I was in your bushes, too, baby girl. I really was. You watched it. It was hilarious, huh? I didn't drop down and say nothing, but I just be in people's bushes when I'm out like that. I be calling myself trying to catch some stuff. But y'all tell me this. Did they say that QB over there in the hospital with the Rona and the alphabet? Oh, did I just catch the end of it? Because I didn't see the whole show. Well, that's what I heard. Blown up colon or something like Wiley had. And people were saying that's karma for him. Am I right? Is that what's going on in the YouTube? Is that right? Let me see. And you say what you say, it's okay. It's all support. I guess I must have missed a comment before that to know who you talk to. But yeah, did y'all hear that? And then if somebody that's sick and laying in the hospital like that, how are you recording? Okay. And I hope I'm not wrong, because by me rolling around and trying to entertain the children, catching stuff when I can. I hope I'm not wrong. I could have swore I heard something like that yesterday evening, that he got the Rona, girl. Oh, speaking of the Rona, y'all, and I don't want to get too deep into the Rona, because everybody knows California got shut down again. And I'm going to look that up even while I'm talking to y'all. They had the first youngest person died of the Rona. Some young girl, 9 years old in Putnam County, died on the 19th from the Rona. That's the youngest person, Kimmy. And they say that she was healthy. She had no underlying anything. Now, so that brings me back about the school situation, because people try to make up their mind if kids going to go to school, the school district trying to make up their mind. Then I hear here in California it's going to be homeschool. Then your teacher will check, then you get on the computer once a month with your teacher. If that's the case, I don't know, y'all. Anybody hear about that? The youngest person ever to die from the corona was 9 years old. Y'all heard about that? Let me read it for y'all, because that's a sad situation. 9-year-old who died of coronavirus had no known underlying health issues, family says. 9-year-old girl with no known underlying health condition is the youngest person to die from the corona complications in Florida. Wow. Kamara Kimmy Lynham died on July 18th in Putnam County, according to Florida Department of Health records. It confirmed her identity and said she's the state youngest coronavirus fatality. Cute little girl too, y'all. Look, let me see if y'all can see her. Let me see. Look at that, y'all. Ain't that a sad situation? 9 years old, when at first they were saying kids can't get it. Wow. Let me see. What did you say? Summer camp? That's what you say, Lockheed. She had been on 2 summer camp. No, they say she was healthy. Let me keep reading. I don't see nothing about a summer camp. Let me keep reading. Let me see. Let's see. She was also happy and made everybody happy. She was phenomenal, said Kane, who's also a cousin of the family, does not know how aware she was infected. She appeared healthy and spent the summer at home and did not attend school or camp. There's your question answer right there. Wow, in Detroit, we had the youngest girl die at 5. She suffered from meningitis as a result from wrong. Wow, y'all. I would never ever let my kids go back to school, no camp, nothing. I took a chance by walking through that casino, but I didn't take the youngest one with me. They was at my son's house with me. It was me and my, well, I was going to say she's 18, because she'll be 18 in September, the one that be on here with me, with a mask and everything. The state health department records show that the child didn't have close contact with anyone who recently had COVID. See, that's what I don't understand. If she didn't have no contact with anybody that recently had COVID, what's going on? I don't get it. It said Kimmy is the 5th minor in Florida to die from COVID-19, according to the latest health records. The others were an 11-year-old boy from Miami-Dade County, 11-year-old girl in Broward County, 6-year-old girl in Lee County, and 17-year-old in Paso County. Girl, that is just so sad. No, my nieces and nephews, I don't care what their mama say, my aunties, they let my nieces, they listen to me. Oh, ain't she blessed? Ain't gonna be having them going to no school, camp. They're like, I help with the homeschooling. They're not gonna be doing none of that, y'all. That is so sad. I didn't know that it was children dying from it, because they were saying just by them being so young, they can't catch the corona like that. And this girl ain't with the camp or nothing, and they don't know how she caught it. Must be somebody in the house. Speaking of that, my husband found out yesterday his oldest brother has the corona. He was visiting Las Vegas from Mississippi, him and his wife. So he must have had it before he left Mississippi, because from what I hear now, He's in the hospital in Las Vegas. His wife was able to go back home. Then she called back saying she got it too. So I said they must have had it before they left Mississippi and didn't know it because they said it incubates for 2 weeks. Let me get a tissue because it's hot and got my nose ready. That's a hot thing. But I love him like that. I can't eat him no other way. Wow. So it's hard on him, y'all, because he's 79 years old. My husband's oldest brother. And they say he had kidney failure. Now, I understand now something happened. I'm not going away around him because I'm quite sure he was visiting all the relatives while he was there. Everybody been exposed. So now everybody got to go get tested. Whew, y'all, let me move right along from that sadness. But that's what I heard. Exactly what I heard. And the Purple Rain, if you on here or you see my replay because there's other lives going on, if you're not here right now, I'll look for you. You're not blocked. However, I was wondering why Cindy Velez never be over here anymore. I remember asking her when I saw her at Spilly Boy chat why she don't drop by no more. She said she's tired of arguing and fussing. Something evidently something happened over here. I didn't see it, but I don't appreciate it because she was one of my day ones. So yesterday when I was looking for Purple Rain, I ran across Cindy. Cindy is blocked. So when I see her somewhere again, another chat, I'm let her know she unblocked. It must have been a mistake because everybody knows Cindy being one of my day ones. A very good supporter. And not just because she had super chatted me that time, big time. It's because and that was her first time doing it. She'd been here for me day one. So it must have been an accident. So I unblocked it. You know, because we do make accidents. We really do when somebody name close. I don't mean, so if anybody that support me get blocked, just know that it's an accident. And I hope she sees this replay. I really do. I hope she sees it. So anyway, moving right along, my niece is going to be talking about the Kanye West situation because everybody know he apologized or whatever. Basically, like I said, it's hard for me to be watching and entertaining my family and trying to sit. I can't sit home all day and watch it. So basically, a cop goddess, like I said, yeah, I heard about the Rona stuff. And Billy Boy hadn't been on. I don't think Lady Nika made one either. If she did, I got a lot of replays. I'm trying to catch the day before we leave out here sometime this morning. But that is just so sad. And then y'all know who Drea Michelle is, right? Okay. Used to be on the Basketball Wives. People was going in on her too, and she was about to lose her job. Because see, she made a joke about the shooting of the foot. You know what I'm saying? She said she wish she had somebody to love her that much to tell me to say, get out the car. No, don't get out the car. They want her in the car so bad that they shoot in the foot just how much they love her, which that was a bad taste in judgment. That wasn't funny at all. They said she's being insensitive because Meg is still traumatized over it. Okay, I don't know what the Kardashian Jenner girl, whatever name it got to do with it, but they say the party whatever was at her house. That's another story in itself. I guess my niece want to talk about it because I'm going live because I'm waiting for her to get through. So I thought I'd come on and mention a little bit of some of that, y'all. Yes, Lockheed Drea was wrong. Did you talk about it, Drockhead? She was totally wrong. Wasn't that something that you had spoke on too? Because like I said, I'm watching you in pieces, but I'll be over there in the bushes when I can. Well, anyway, she did apologize, saying that she was being funny and she wasn't trying to be insensitive. But that's not a funny situation when somebody gets shot in their foot. Good morning. Well, midday. It's 9:01 here. Okay, so good morning / afternoon, wherever y'all are. Instead, midday and all like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna say she ready. If anybody want to talk about it, they can. If she decides she want to talk about it with somebody, I'm quite sure y'all do. Because, like I said, I haven't been catching too much of the YouTube. So I'm like, Dutch of Love, give me news that I can use. Janie, you finished? I will see if she finished. You finished? You want to come on and do your show? So here's my co-host, y'all, and I'm going to be back at the end a little bit, but I'm going to stay in here a little bit with her. But I need to go finish my hot links. I usually don't eat on camera, but I just eat breakfast this morning. She always apologized for numerous so-called mistakes. Now, Drea, I haven't really saw her in a long time though, because I haven't been watching. Is she even still on there? That's something I don't know. Now I'm gonna turn the camera off because I don't want nobody, put my niece's face on all that foolishness like old Stank Batewood was doing over there. I think the K girl was causing a problem between Tory Lanez. Okay. So let me turn the camera around, y'all. I'm gonna finish my hot link while she talking. I will be back. Here you go, Janie. I'm finna go finish my groceries. Let's get this slide on over.
Good morning, everybody. Well, so today I want to talk about Kanye West. Recently, for those of you who probably don't know, he's for the past few days, he's been putting out a lot of tweets about stuff that's been taking place inside of his household, such as Kim trying to make him go to like a Kim is trying to make him go to like a medical person or something like that, trying to put him on medicine and all this other stuff. So just recently, like just yesterday, he made a tweet saying that he wants to apologize to Kim. He said he wants to apologize to Kim for putting their private family matters out on a public platform. So that's with that. He apologized for all of what he's been saying. However, I don't feel, in my opinion, I don't feel like he should apologize at all. It's about time somebody speaks up on what's going on really behind the scenes in the Kardashian household. I'm curious to know all of the facts, to be honest. But he apologized to her. And then also, it was brought to my attention that a lot of people have like these theories going around saying with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting that it has something to do with Kylie Jenner. I believe it does because it happened. For those of you who don't know, I just want to fill in people who don't know. So Megan Thee Stallion got shot by Tory Lanez in the foot, and what happened was it took place at it was, I know for a fact it was at a pool party. It was the Kardashians pool party, I believe. And something ended up happening, and while they were leaving in the car, I guess there was an argument or something, and then next thing you know, Megan tried to leave and he shot her in the foot. So people are saying that it has something to do, it has something to do with Kylie Jenner, which I believe it might be true. I believe it might be true because people go around saying like the Kardashians curse and all this other stuff. Whenever a man gets around the Kardashians, they tend to start acting out of character necessarily, I want to say. So I wanted to just put my input in it that, yeah, Kanye needs to either get right all the way or go back into the cave. That's true because Kanye West is very like, I don't even know the word necessarily to say about Kanye, but I know for a fact that uh he does have bipolarness, right? He has, yeah, I think they said that Kanye West is bipolar, but I also believe that there's something else that's also wrong with him because the stuff that he says, it just doesn't sound right and or make sense. But yeah, he apologized to Kim for putting their private family matters out on a public platform. However, that doesn't even make sense to me, honestly, because uh the Kardashians, I mean, that's what celebrities do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I find funny. Celebrities do that. There's a lot of celebrities that like to go on social media and stuff when stuff happens and then be like, well, I don't really want to put my private business out there. Okay, but you're a celebrity. Cameras are always rolling. Like, your business is always out there. That's what you signed up for. Kim knew what she was getting into, and so did Kanye. The only problem is he apologized, but
Okay, I'm back.
yeah,
You still talking about Kanye?
Not no more.
Oh, because let me say this then. Kanye, to me, y'all, is high behind his bipolarism, to me. Every time something happens, oh, he bipolar, he this, he that. Kanye knows exactly what he's doing. So why all of a sudden this apology now? Because from what I hear, he went somewhere and checked into a mental institution or something. Well, they didn't say the word mental institution.
Yeah.
They say he went and checked into a different hospital as if he was going to stay there. And he stayed there for just a minute, not too long, and then he got up and left again. Carry on. I'm not trying to butt in on your line, but I'm just saying,
it's okay. And I agree with that. Yeah, he hides behind that. But I feel like Kanye also knows, he's like fully aware of what he's doing and what he says. Exactly. Sorry gets old. And I feel like he knows. Like, there's really, I don't feel like there's no justification really for the stuff that he says and does. Even with the South Carolina rally, when he was yelling at that one black girl, but was treating a white girl that came before her differently and way more kinder. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. And that's why nobody even voted for him. They're not dumb or nothing like that. Kanye knows. And yes, that is true. He is bipolar, but however, I don't know.
Yeah, he is. And this is what he said. See, he went on the Twitter rant, and only this time it wasn't to drag him. It was he said he want to apologize to his wife Cam for going public with something that was a private matter. I did not cover her like she was covered. To Kim, I want to say, I know I hurt you. Please forgive me. Thank you for always being there for me. The apology comes a few days after he posted cryptic messages about his wife of 6 years. Wow. In addition to series of non-deleted tweets, West, who announced earlier this month that he is running for president, oh, come on, that's a joke, also gave a rally speech during a campaign during a rally show. Well, we know about that. He broke down crying. We know about that, when saying that he had Kardashian nearly terminated their first pregnancy. That's the part that really hurted her, when he talked about the pregnancy, from what I hear, you know. And Chris, he not apologizing to her at all. He just don't like the mother. I'm assuming she stayed in their business and running their marriage like she always said, run their lives and everything. He also claimed he was trying to divorce Kardashian West since she had a meeting with rapper Meek Mill. Now, do y'all think she had a thing going on with Meek Mill, JD? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Because he said he was trying to he's been trying to get a divorce since Kim and Meek they met at the Waldorf for the prison reform. Yeah. So is he just jealous of that, or just to get back at her because of that?
No.
Wow.
I don't know, but I think it's crazy.
Yeah, because Kim tried to bring a doctor. He said to lock him up. We know about that. But this has been an ongoing situation. Every day now we hear something about Kanye. I'm about sick of Kanye and all of this. Because see, and he getting ready to drop an album. Is there a new reality show coming out? This is a new season?
No.
Because they say every time they get ready to drop an album or a new season starting, then he goes crazy like that. Okay? Because Trump don't really like him like the way he all bosom buddy with Trump. Trump is laughing at him too. And he probably said, ooh, look at the little end boy. Y'all know how they do it. That's exactly what he's probably doing. And he is brilliant. But they say he's brilliant, complicated person. Yeah, he is. But I don't know, y'all.
Truth be told, Kanye ain't been the same since his mom passed. After that, he just spiraled out of control.
Well, that's what everybody say, because yesterday they really talked about it yesterday when I was on here. But I didn't know that he was the only child. His mother was a doctor and whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of things I didn't know about him. Because I've been stopped watching the Kardashians, though. A few years, every once in a while, I might peek or something like that. The most I ever see them, if I'm flipping through Twitter, there go the oldest sister, Kim, got some more surgery to their body to keep their body trying to look 20 or 30 years old with that soft porn. So Kanye's not lying about that. He don't like the fact that his wife's still posing naked or half naked. So maybe that's what's making him go off also. He voiced that, and he probably been voiced that to her, and she don't care. They just running over him. Who wants a wife like that? He thought he was gonna have a real wife. Well, what's the common saying say? You can't make a hoe into a housewife. Ain't that what they say?
Yeah.
No, you cannot make a hoe into a housewife. Yes. Lady Tree in Detroit said that is why he's bipolar. Why he's not bipolar. He said Trump is his daddy. Yeah, but they start to be sickening, them constantly being in the news. And then I wonder, even with the Braxtons, they constantly talking about that too. And they get ready to do a new season. Now we all know that Tamara act like that for real from what we seen on the show. But looks like she's doing a little bit too much this time, huh?
Yeah, she just has problems. I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
so I hope they take care of them problems. They really need to. And do y'all believe that Nene really gonna get fired from her housewives? And she gonna get replaced with Latoya Ali? And what's her name? Drew Sidora. Because if it is, it's about time. I think they're going to keep her as a friend. She just ain't going to have that peach because she was a friend once upon a time. But she quit herself once upon a time when her ego started getting big because she started to be on this, what's the name of that comedy show she was on? She was getting a lot of offers back then. I don't know what happened. And then here you got Cherie. She wanted to be seen, talking about she had the corona. You ain't over the corona that quick. Oh Lord, there's a lot be going on with these people. I'm telling you. Who else is that we're talking about? Azealia? Let me see.
Yes. Whatchamacallit? Yeah. There was something I was trying to look for that Nene was talking about recently about her being off the show. And she was basically saying, she was like, how is they trying to kick me off the show and all this other stuff. But
they want some younger people. They want to get rid of some of the older ones now. They're starting to want a younger group. My take.
Do y'all believe that Kanye is really mentally ill, or is this just something that they say to cover for him? Because I'm looking at the comments and you guys are talking about mentally illness. Do y'all think he's really mentally ill, or is he just, you know?
Did you want somebody to come on the panel and speak with you?
Sure.
I'm gonna drop the link because she's open to speaking to someone. If anybody want to drop on here, I'm gonna be moving around. I said I wasn't gonna drop it today, but that's okay. This is her show mostly, y'all. I'm just butting in because I'm really showing her too how to really be doing the invite people on like this too. But she be on that talking thing. What's the name of that thing you be on?
What talking?
When you be talking to people, what you call that?
I be on.
I want to know. Okay, I want to know. It scares me. I want to know.
Okay, so y'all, I'll be on Monkey lately. I don't know what that is. And Monkey is basically an app where you live video chat with strangers.
Oh no!
And is that what you talked about?
Yeah.
Yes, and my aunt doesn't like it because it could be dangerous. But literally, y'all, it's literally like kids that's like 16 and under, because all of them
16 and under.
Yes, but they lie.
18.
I know that, but here's the thing: they're not all.
Oh no! Some of these people can see you on there and see your face and put your face on a naked body or anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's mostly like kids on there sometimes, girl. Or teenagers. So yes, it's not okay. Like anything.
I've been working in mental health where I had to confirm mental illness. In my opinion, he is very questionable. Yes, that's beautiful, true. Sunshine. Good morning, Lady Detroit. Let me back up and let her talk though, because she gave me the look. This is supposed to be her show.
Hi, good morning, ladies. I just wanted to say that Monkey app is kind of harmless. I mean, they come on and you talk every bit of 15, 20 seconds, and you can either pick to continue to talk to the person or you can send them on their way. My daughter does Monkey app too. And
well, tell me something, girl. I'm just old fashioned. I don't know about all that new stuff, but go ahead, girl.
I just learned about it this year, and I watch I Am Zoe, and he be on there clowning people. So I actually think it's funny, actually, the Monkey app. Because you get all types of strange people. It's funny. But what I wanted to speak on Kanye and say that as we had the mental illness panel on Nika's channel, I stated that my son suffered from bipolar ADHD and obedience defiance disorder. I have lived real life bipolar. I do not believe Kanye has bipolar. I find that Kanye is playing mental illness and using it to his defense every time he gets caught doing something stupid. I'm a Gemini. Geminis, we are very impulsive people. We speak out our behinds at times. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm not perfect. Sometimes we say things outside of our necks that we shouldn't say, and then when it comes to it, every time he does it, then he backs it up with bipolar, and they use that as an excuse. He wasn't bipolar conveniently until he started ranting on stage with Jay-Z and doing all the crazy things he was doing. So I don't appreciate the way he does bipolar. It's a disservice, and it's a slap in people's face who really has that issue. My son does not have episodes like that any longer. My son really, I don't know if you could say outgrew bipolar or were they just giving black boys this diagnosis. But my son, I don't have any issues with him. At the age of 15, he stopped going through all of those different things. And that's when I realized maybe he was just spoiled. He was my only child forever and just needed a good old-fashioned spanking that I didn't give him. So to me, I'm just going to be honest. I don't think he's bipolar. I don't think his episodes are manic. I think that he used that excuse. And then I'm so sick of people saying that he didn't act like this till his mother died. He did crazy things before his mother died, but she would help him cover it up. Now that when she passed, it's nobody to help her cover it up. As black women, we have a tendency of babying our sons and crazy our sons more so than we do our daughters. I'm guilty of it. I only have one son. My son, like I said, my son had to tell me, "Mom, you baby me more than my 17-year-old. My 17-year-old, she the partier. She more like me. My son, he not like that. But when he do go out the house, I call him 17,000 times. I do things differently with him because that's my only black male child. So I think some of it, he was coddled. He was his mother's only child. It's a lot of factors that play in it, but I don't think mental illness is that. And then every time he does these episodes, how conveniently, he has an album coming out.
Yeah. Do you think, how long do you think you're supposed to baby a little boy? Now, I raised 3 boys of my own. Help with some nephews, mostly, and then some girls, but mostly coming up with had mostly nephews with my sons. And I remember when my sons like were 10, going towards 11. That's about the time they start. I don't know, them hormones get to flying or whatever, because they don't want you to come to the bathroom no more. When they're in the tub and this and that, they start noticing themselves and noticing their little pieces down there and all this kind of stuff. Now, do you think that a 9-year-old boy is too old to continue to baby and do something? Because see, my kids been not. It ain't not. It's been years since they've been that young. But don't you agree? A 9-year-old, at 9 years old, they should start doing more. I mean, how long did you baby your son? At what age did they stop wanting you to come to the bathroom with them and baby them, this and that? Did you start teaching them to do other things? How did you do that?
Okay, that's a good question because, and I hate to say this, the next thing you know, they'll say predator. My son was so spoiled that he would even every now and then come in the room and sleep with me up until the age of 10. I had another baby. And I told him, look, you're going to have to start standing. Me and his father separated at that time. So he was kind of, I don't know if he was going through nightmares or whatever, but I would baby him, let him sleep with me. At 7, he didn't want me to hug and kiss him anymore in front of his classmates. I remember one day I brought him to McDonald's up to the school. And I said, hey, boo-boo, give me a kiss. And he was like, Mama, this is embarrassing. And he was 7. So it broke my little heart too. I went home and just cried because I'm like, my baby don't even want me to, I was pregnant too, don't even want me to hug or kiss him anymore. And my mother was like, he's a boy. That's what boys do. So at 9, I want to say 9 or 10 is the age that they really start breaking away and finding themselves and getting friends and exploring different things.
But you got to cut loose and let them do that too. That's I asked you that because I know of a person that tends to kind of, I think, baby their son still at 9. When I'm in the belief at 9 years old, they need to be taking the garbage out and learn how to go to that stove, fry egg, all
Definitely.
kind of stuff. And 10 years old, you're right. That's about the time. Like I said, my sons, they don't want me to look in the bathroom, have no towel, and none of that no more. They start noticing that. I remember when I was a little girl, I think I told y'all this story once before, how the little boys used to chase us. I guess our hormones started flying around. I was running to get caught on purpose. And that was like 19, 11 years old. I thought I'd get caught on purpose because the little boys like to try to do little nasty things. My niece looking at me crazy. But what I did, I used to get caught on purpose.
It was called Hide and Go Get It when I was
I
younger.
know, yeah. Then
Hide
they
and Go
want to try
Get
to
It. And
roll,
we used to play
they
that
got
all the time in my neighborhood.
yeah, about that age. So that's why I
Yeah.
asked that question because I think at one point you got to start bagging up and letting them, become that whatever they're going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it is such a thing. So it sounds like Kanye got baby too long then or something. I don't know.
She was just his only child. See, with me,
Yeah.
I probably honestly with my son, because he was my only child for 8 years, so he got to live. All my kids are 8 years apart, so each one of them to me, I feel like kind of got that time to be the baby
18.
and
Yeah.
be
Like right now, I'm
self sufficient. And I think
I'm
I
not
baby my
I'm like
son
a
like
baby.
that. And I agree with you, Bless. I mean, I think that what happens is we have a tendency of babying our boys, and the world just is not kind to little black boys. And so we
No.
tend to want to protect them. We tend to want
Yeah.
to do more things for them. And I am guilty as charged. I'll be honest. I did it. I still do it to this day. And my child is 24, and he has to tell me. And sometimes I just do it without even thinking. He'll leave the house. I'll call him. He was like, "Mom, why did you just call me? I can't go nowhere." He'll tell his friends, "Watch, my mama is going to call me." He said, "Just like I said, my mama going to call me." But then he's talking about my friend's mama don't do that. I don't care what his friend's mama do.
See, we tend to underestimate these young men. They can take care of themselves better than what we know. We thinking that they
That's
can handle,
true.
they can handle, and we are telling them how the police is with the little black young men these days. But they tend to underestimate because they know more than what we know. These little boys believe that. And you got to let them out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to sit up in the house around you all the time and want to, I mean, in other words, you just can't sit in the house of women all the time. You got to get out and get that testosterone going. You
I
know what
agree
I'm
with
saying?
you. But you know
Yeah.
what, Bless? This is the
Huh?
day and age where kids just do not go outside and play.
I know. They get them
I
tablets.
have that issue with my 10-year-old. My daughter, and I was saying this to Lady Nika, and a while April Walker and I was talking about it on Nika's channel. My 10-year-old will not go outside and play. I don't care. You could threaten you could have a whole carnival outside, and she will not go outside. And I
But
don't
you're
know. Like
talking
I
on a
said,
little girl now, right?
right. And what I'm saying is, even with I just think it's nowadays these kids have access to so many things that keeps them entertained that they're not interested in going outside. When we were younger, we played. Like
I
I
played
was
four square,
outside
four
the other
square.
day, and I said,
I
"Damn,
played kickball,
yeah."
four square, tetherball, jacks, flag football, marbles. I even got my butt on the ground, played marble. I played everything. These kids these days just want to be on a tablet. I don't even think they know how to do math because they take them things to school and let the calculator do it for them. It's just a shame how these generation is made to be lazy and don't know how to do that. That's the worst thing. They should be on a schedule of when they can use that tablet. So, because they don't even teach kids how to write no more. These kids don't even know how to
They
write.
don't. They don't know how to write cursive, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize that until my son. When he was about 10 or 11, me and him went somewhere, and I said, "Oh, I got him a bank account," and I said, "Okay, now you got to sign, Marquise." He said, "I don't know how to write in cursive, mommy." I said, "What do you mean you don't know how to
Wow.
write in cursive?" He said, "I don't know how to. They never taught me." So I then went online, ordered books to teach him how to write in cursive. And I did that for my oldest daughter. She told me the same thing. So I had to teach them that.
But what about, when you sign the documents, it's going to say print here, now sign here. I wonder what they do. Just print in both places? Ooh, Lord.
Yeah,
But
because they don't know cursive. They don't know. And I never, like
that's
I
just
said, I didn't know
crazy.
that till my son was about 10. And me and a lady, we got into a conversation about it. She said, my coworker, she said, my kids don't know how to write in cursive either. I was like, wow. Just like the way they do math, it's not the way we learned how to do math. They draw squares and boxes and everything. They make it so difficult. Because I taught my kids the easiest way to do addition is draw sticks. And I was teaching my baby that when she was
Yeah.
out. By her having cancer, she was out for a spell. So we were doing her math and I was showing her how to do it. She got it, caught on real quick when I taught her. I sent her back to school. The teacher deprogrammed everything I taught her. She said that, no, you have to do it like this with the boxes. I said, ma'am, this is so unnecessary. No wonder these kids don't know crap.
Even my niece right here is in this generation. When she told me they didn't teach them how to write, isn't that something? I told her that she can get them books. They even got it at 99-cent store. Start you off with the alphabet, how to cursive writing, and teach yourself.
That's what I did, Les. I
Yeah.
started ordering books, going and making them buy cursive books and do cursive. So now they do know how to write in cursive. My son say it's not neat, but he does know how to write in cursive, and so does my daughter. Now my youngest does it. I'm gonna have to do the same for her.
Yeah, because I don't got no beautiful penmanship either, but I know how to write, y'all. I really do. Now I'm getting far, far off topic. Who is it? Let me see. I'm getting far off topic. Let me see what else we want to talk about. Who else is in the news that we wanted to discuss this morning?
Well,
Besides just what's going on over there, I'll get back to that in a minute because I was going to kind of mention ZT, but now I'm not going to do that to her. She want to do her celebrity thing. If not, I'm gonna drop the link one more time. If anybody got something they want to say on this, we've been on here 40 minutes. You got some ending words about your celebrities. What is somebody? Who was that other person we was discussing?
We talked about Megan, and you know what? I think people are getting burnt out from that situation because she
Yeah.
won't talk. So people are like, "Well, since
yeah,
she talk, why should we?"
that's true.
It's leaking that they were actually dating. What I saw last night on Tasha K and a couple of other people's pages last night was that they were dating and that they got into an altercation at Kylie's house. It started at Kylie's house about a model, Instagram model he was dating. Her record label told her not to go public with Trey. I said Trey, I meant Tory.
Tory.
They told her not to go public with him. So he said, if you're not going to go public with me, I'm not going to give it all. You my all. I'm going to still date other people. And she got mad. And that they were fighting. It started at Kylie's house. And they left. And that's where it escalated. But that's why her and Kylie stopped fighting. I mean, stopped following each other because of that. And she felt they were bringing that drama to her house.
Yeah.
They got something going on tonight. Twitter, set your reminders for tonight's brand new live stream on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and retweet. So I wondered if they was doing this for this new movie. Y'all, I'm a Twitter person. I started off as Twitter, and that's how I managed to find everybody. I've always told that story. It was always funky, didn't it? And always led to something else. Eventually, I started running into people, like Tommy Sotomayor and everybody. That's how I started off. I never liked the Instagram. Because back then, I said, oh, no, Instagram was ghetto. That's how I used to think, because Instagram used to have the most going on. But now I kind of watch over there. Believe it or not, I've been watching this Lipstick Alley, too. They love
Well, you
to
know
mention
what?
their name.
I don't know how to do any of it. I don't know how to do. I got a Twitter account. I never hardly ever tweet because I really don't. And my son had me had me hating Twitter because he was saying all the racist things. My son deactivated his account because he said he was gonna end up in jail. But I don't Twitter. I got Instagram. I just started using Instagram, and if Nika was on here, she would tell you. The reason why I started using it was because of Nika. Nika made me start. She said, expand your horizons, girl. You just stuck on Facebook. I swear you would have thought I was a little 80-year-old because I stayed strictly to Facebook. If it wasn't on Facebook, I didn't see it.
Well, all you do is just tweet me right in the line, and then they'll have a link where to go. And I didn't know that was considered called a link during that time. Just push it. Then he come on there, and then after that, under all that, it'd be all kind of different stories. It led me to different stuff. But now, do you watch Big Brother? Because they get ready to come on too. The Big Brother All Stars.
You know what? I stopped watching Big Brother because of the racism on it. I can't support shows that allow the racism to go on like that. The reason what made me really stop watching it was that for years the black people have suffered on that show racist things, and all they do is do a little talk to them. But when that lady said those things about Asian people, that Julie Chen got so mad, cut the show, had a special, did all these things because it offended her at that point. They didn't care as long as the black people were getting called niggas and different things. But the minute they started talking about those Asians, that lady got mad. So
Yeah,
I
because
stopped
there was a white girl on there some season back that said something totally racism, and they never let a black person win. The only black person so-called win was Tamar, but look, she was a celebrity, and they let her do that. So I don't know. I might watch it this August. I might not. But let me switch now to a little bit of this. Now, did you hear about? You got anything to say before I run over to this mess?
No.
What did she said? She done, y'all. She gave her little stuff for the move over and cut in. We'll be back later.
I'm gonna say, Jada, you see anything else, baby? Just come back. We'll talk about it.
Did she talking to you? She said if you want to talk about anything else, come back. Huh? She
And
said
I'll
come
talk
back
to Chris
later.
about it.
And she'll talk to you about it if you want to talk about anything else.
And I just want her to look at right now on CNN. They're doing a tribute to John Lewis.
Wait a minute.
They're
She said
taking. I want her to
look at
see.
CNN and look at what now? Say it again so she can hear you.
Congressman John Lewis, who died, who was originally beaten on the Selma Bridge years ago. They're taking his body one last time across the Selma Bridge.
Did you hear about that?
In remembrance.
Okay, read about that. That's some history
I
right
know
there
she was
too. We
interested in Black
researching that
history, so
history.
that might be something she
Yeah,
might want
she's
to
trying
look
to
at.
research that Black history.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janie. You going to make your breakfast? Okay, then. See you in a minute. Because I'm going to switch over there. I want to ask y'all this before I get off. There's people, what is food, Stanky Baby, is talking about marching and protesting in front of Teresa's door, calling her child predator. Isn't that illegal and stupid? And what makes that legal for her to protest? This lady is not on record. She's not on that Megan long list that done something to kids and be illegal to say anything to kids. Are they? You think they really gonna do something crazy like that?
I think these people nowadays is crazy enough to do anything, and this is what I was saying earlier, but everybody swore I was so emotional. This has gone too far. And my thing is, she just got the followers that's sitting up there because it's good to hate on Tracy right now. So all these stupid people that's following this woman is gonna follow y'all. You're gonna follow her ass right to jail and a lawsuit because Tracy
Because
can come back and sue her. Tracy can sue her for slander,
because
and that's in
she
any
threatened
state.
to call Teresa
You cannot
neighbors.
call me a child molester and right.
Can you
You
hear me?
can't call me a child molester and it's not true. And I've never been arrested on those charges. I've never been convicted of anything on those charges. That is full of slander and libel. And what's going to happen is Tracy could sue the hell out of all of them if they dare came out
Yeah,
to do it.
that
And
sounds
then the
so
police will ask
crazy.
them to vacate the prop. The police will have to ask them to leave the property as well. So my thing is, what gives you the nerve to come up in somebody's gated community and do that to someone? See, that my thing is, this has gone too far, and now they calling the police for silliness and back and forth, but they really need to be calling the police and contacting an attorney at this point because the law firm that I work for, he would have gladly took this case on, and it's a simple libel and slander case, and she will win. It's
Yeah,
nothing
because
because the words
they talking
are
about
not
bringing
action.
posters, bringing posters. She threatened to call the neighbors and report her. She already called the manager. We already know that. And she put all together posters and stuff for what? She didn't kill nobody. This is just going on. And you see why I said, Lady Detroit, that a few of those days I had to take a sabbatical. I just really didn't feel like coming online and talking about that because it's been an ongoing situation. It's just ridiculous what five bomb or whatever Miss Maywood over there doing, y'all. It's crazy. I never heard such ridiculousness before in my life. It's crazy. It's illegal to be in front of somebody's door
It
like that,
sure
let
is.
alone on private property.
Yep, it is. And the problem is what's going to happen if Tracy was smart. Tracy would sue the hell out of her, even though she's
She
not gonna get.
can.
Because based on what we seen, she ain't gonna get shit. But the thing is, she could sue everyone out there who participated and collect. So since this lady is such a millionaire, that's pushing them to do all this silliness with Fire Babe, which I don't understand. Black women, y'all, the black women who follow her and men, y'all are just as dumb as cat shit. They just dumb, and I hate to say this because you are going to allow someone to write a check for you that your ass can't cash. And Tracy
Wow.
if she's smart and she get the right legal representations, I don't know all quite of Texas laws. I know Michigan laws because that's what I study for my degree. But in Michigan, she will win. We have a father here. A black man sued his Asian ex-wife because of that. She slandered his name. She sat there and said he beat on his kids. He was found to be innocent. He sued the wife and won because she remarried a millionaire. That man won.
Wow.
You cannot sit there and make false accusations about people. That is not true. And she can also, like Adventures of Flo said, she also can sue YouTube. She's absolutely correct for allowing this slander to go on if she hasn't reported it. And YouTube has failed to do anything to protect her.
Yes, and you're right. Who was that saying it? Right, Star? You're right. Anything for click and a view. I don't want to have to come on here in order to get views to do the extreme, to do the most. You get what I'm saying? I don't care because I definitely got some titles and stuff I can do just on some stuff somewhere I used to be in the titles and talking about that experience. But see, I'm not interested in all that like that. Just ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to do just anything.
And Diane Duncan, you've been saying some knowledgeable stuff today. And right, if they take the energy, how many of them vote? Take that energy that you wasted on Tracy and go vote. Make a change in your area. Vote for your local officials who can stop people and change things that might can help on YouTube. I just am so stuck. This is where I'm dumbfounded at, and shows that we are weak people. And this shows you that followers. Anybody who's over there, I bet you half of those people weren't popular in high school. They were ugly, fat. They weren't. Something is wrong with you to sit there.
Something wrong with them right now. Half of them won't even show themselves, but yet they got the nerve to talk about, oh, beautiful, blessed. Yeah, something wrong with every single one over there. You notice whenever one of them decide to show themselves, you see how they look. Go ahead, keep talking.
I see the 10 piece, because that's supposed to be a 27 piece I saw right here. I only seen 10 pieces. But I'm going to say, y'all stupid as hell to let that woman sit there and talk y'all into the dumbness that you do. And it's a shame, and it's actually just despicable. Y'all going to sit there, basically. Everybody's attacking one woman over words. But I just saw a video that Flo did on the things that Firebase said. I don't see none of y'all protesting or none of y'all apologizing. None of y'all coming out speaking on the things that she said.
Well,
because they have an agenda, and that's agenda is to take Tracy down. They already got their wish with VS, which is unfortunate. VS eventually broke down, which at some point you can't get mad at the woman for breaking down because they pushed her to that damn point. But my point is, when it comes, what's going to happen is they think they're going to push Tracy to that point. And Tracy entertains them to a certain point. And then Tracy calls the police. But my thing is, now it's time to start doing it the legal way.
Yeah. I really hope she do go so they can all get arrested. I would love to see this. Oh my God, I wish I was there just filming it when they take their place and butts over there.
I don't talk about nobody looks. I never say, that's one thing I've never talked about somebody looks. I'm not shallow. I'm saying what I said. And if you don't like it, bitch, go drink bleach. Like, how do you look, child, please? This trolling in your chat. How do you look? I don't talk about nobody looks, and I don't know who Simone is because my name ain't Simone. Dumb.
Yeah. Well, how you look? They got a whole avatar. They got a whole avatar. People ashamed to see how they look. And so yesterday, when me and my niece was going through my closet because she's really intrigued of, she said, "You got all these wigs, you don't know what none of them." I said, "No, I got my favorites. I don't know." And I forgot all about my little Shaka Khan, and I know how people didn't like it. So I threw it on yesterday. I got on this morning. I'm going to wear whatever I want to wear, which means I have confidence in myself when I wear my hair, when I have on my wigs. I'm going to keep wearing. I don't care what nobody say like that. And that's just all to it. So they can talk about my looks, my this, my that. I don't care.
And I want to say this because Uno, now that's a 27 piece. When she came on the other day, she looked good, damn good in her short hair. Now that's how you rock a 27.
Who came on with that short hair?
You look good with that.
Who came on with that short hair?
Because when she came on the other day,
how did I miss it? Just because you came on with your short hair,
She
because I
came
had
on
been
your
telling her.
channel.
I must, girl, I be looking, then again, I'm not looking. Was it when my niece was talking or what? I just said, come back on here. Because I've been
No,
telling,
Holly,
encouraging
people
her,
look.
girl.
I look beautiful. So if I came on here, trust me, I'm not an ugly woman at all. And my hair come halfway down my back. So, oh, it's a wig where you look good just because. I
I
just
keep
want people to
telling her that
understand
though.
it ain't about looks. It ain't about any of that. My thing is they are treading on territory that's dangerous and has gone beyond YouTube. It's too much going on in this world for us to be sitting up here fighting over silliness. Take that energy and be out there protesting, which is something I do, child, please. I do shit in
Wow.
my community.
Well, I've
Against
been trying to
porn.
encourage her to wear her short hairstyle, throw her makeup on, put the earrings, and come on in here. Just the fact that you had a short wig like that showed you that you look good in short hair. Because I swear I'm going to get mine cut off bald again. Because
She
I
looks
do it.
really
It's going
good.
to be
That
my
was a
fourth
nice
time in
wig.
life doing it. The last time I did it was 4 years ago, and I just kept it short, kept it just slick. You know, I like the way the medicine wife lady, I start off like that, the one that's bald headed. And then I let it come back in. Okay, it looked like Tamara Braxton when it started growing back a little bit. And then I just start keeping it slick down. I am going to do it again. One of these days, I'm come on here,
Oh,
y'all have a
that's
wig
too
on.
short for
And
me.
then I'm going to snatch it off and say, look, guys, because I got a lot of confidence in myself.
And
I
Flo
know I
is
look
saying
good.
what Flo is saying is absolutely correct as well. She said that Fire Babe has also pulled up child pornography as well. So my thing is, when you start digging ditches, make sure you dig one for yourself, because when she throw back everything that they've done, a lot of y'all hands ain't clean. So my thing was, why not just start August 1st? Everybody end all this silliness.
I wish they would,
To me,
because
it's just
I wish
silly.
they would,
I
because
don't agree with talking
it
about
gets
people's
to your spirit.
kids.
I really wish they would, because it gets tiresome, you know. And this lady won't quit, because if she quit, how she gonna get abused? See, Tracy talks about everything. She's not a one track pony, whatever you call it.
Right.
She has other commentary that she can do, but this lady keep her involved in these those silly fights, you know, just craziness, you know. And
And I
so of course
saw,
she don't fight back.
did you see that on Make It Make Sense, Kay and Lex was trying, well, I don't know if Kay was involved, but Lex was trying to get them to come on her channel and have an adult conversation and try to make a truce, because they did that yesterday with Sir King and what's his name, Kiki some
Kiki is
so
new on the
handsome.
block, huh?
Kiki
I'm
so
just not
handsome.
starting to hear about Kiki. He's kind of new on the block, huh? Because first when everybody was saying Kiki, I thought they was talking about Kiki, the one Kiki that met it with BS. So now I find out, no, it's a guy. But I heard about that lie. Kiki was trying, what Lex was trying to get Kiki to mess up, to make up with Sir King, the troll, where you only know his eyes. You know, because he won't show himself either. I think he's the ranch. Because when the ranch left, then here comes Sir King. Okay. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree, but
And
I don't think he's the wrench.
well, he's somebody that's been around that knows all of us.
Yeah, he does know what's going on, though. I agree with that. And I thought Lex was very fair. She tried to get everyone to reconcile, but baby James came up there and James went for it. James read him his rights. It was hilarious. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
Oh, I gotta go watch that then.
Oh
See, I
yes,
told
that was
y'all.
a good live. Make it make sense yesterday. Um, Lex did. And my
I
thing
write that
is,
down.
I think that would be nice. Go on somebody's channel that's neutral, which is gonna be hard to find somebody that's neutral for
Well, I'm
on
neutral.
both sides. You
I think
neutral?
maybe I invite him here.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I
Well,
will make it make sense. I gotta watch that. Write down the title so I can watch it, because I didn't see it. I would have a truce. I had a couple of truths up here. I like the truths and stuff. I don't really like to drag, but I like to get a commentary on stuff that's going on. There is a difference. You know what I'm saying? Than dragging and doing the commentary. I like
I
to
do
think
agree
that
with
I'm
you,
doing
Happy Nappy Fro Girl. To a sense, it does seem like the truth ends up becoming an ambush. It does.
No, no. Well, what you do is you just have just those two persons on there talking and them only. And don't
Okay, yeah,
invite
that okay.
nobody. When they get through, then you invite. You can do one at a time. Because once you start getting a bunch of people on here, it will turn into an ambush. I dropped the link to somebody to jump on because I'm gonna run and get my coffee. You can keep entertaining them for me right for a minute, okay?
Okay, no
I can get
problem.
my coffee. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me grab my
And I
cup.
agree with you, Diana. What's going to happen is somebody's going to get really hurt bad because these people nowadays are fanatical. You know, they go too far just to show their love and support for someone. You see it all the time with actors and actresses. They have someone that's stalking them, following them, um, going too far with it. Who's to say none of these people on YouTube won't? I think people are taking it too lackluster and thinking it's a joke and thinking nobody won't hurt them. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to get dark and something's really going to happen. I agree with you 1,000%. And you said always don't disrespect ladies, but all the ones I've seen were ambushed. You're not lying at Happy Nappy. I agree with you. So far, all the ones that I pretty much have seen have been ambushed as well. I think what Bless was saying is absolutely the correct way to go. Have the two parties that have issues with each other on to discuss the conversation and maybe allow a certain, I don't know, and you can tell me yes or no in the chat. Maybe give each person 3 minutes to rebut what the next person is saying, but give them all a 3-minute time limit to express how they feel, and then a 3 minute for rebuttal. That might be a way that could resolve that. But I do agree, a lot of times it does come across as an ambush because now you got 3 people on one. So I agree with that. And I'm honest enough and can say that. And I just wish that maybe they will all just pick a date. Let's just say August 1st. Hell, give them a week to get it all out of them. And on August 1st, create a truce where nobody talks about any more children, any more family. Hell, not even one another, and go back to doing original content. But that would never work because they won't get the subs, and it just wouldn't work because they don't get the views unless there's beef. And that's unfortunate. Yeah, you're right, Happy Nappy. I agree with you. That's what I was saying. People like the mess. So based on original content, then people will never get the views that they get on those videos by just speaking on content. So, and last week it was a debate on is this really a beef sector or is this what people turned it into? And I think it's a little bit of both.
No, my coffee got hot. Okay, I hope you had enough to talk about, Lady Detroit. My coffee was cold. I had to get it hot. You still
Oh,
here?
I'm still
I
here.
didn't mean to take, yeah, okay, I didn't mean to take that long.
That's
Oh,
okay.
I see just
I was
Jazz
telling
back
them,
there too. Here I am.
I
If
was
I go
telling them
out,
that
I'll
you
keep
had the
going.
best idea, Bless. I was
What?
saying that what you were saying. Oh, hey, Miss
Oh,
Uno.
Hey, hi Detroit, Lady Detroit, and everyone. I just wanted to kind of jump in on just
Can you
kind of.
talk up a little bit, Miss Uno? I can't hear you.
I was just trying to weigh in. Let me turn my TV down so I
Okay.
can probably hear it. Hold on. Yeah, I was just kind of just
Oh,
trying
there
to
you
jump
go.
in a little bit what you guys were talking about. A little bit of everything, really. Um, with the beats and everything. If you think about it, if they do have a truce, there's no more clicks and views. So at some point, they're always
Right.
going to want to do a little something, something. But to me, it's cool when they're going back and forth at one another because you're keeping it just on, the two. But
I
when you
agree.
you
take it
have
off and start adding in family, that's when I think it gets a little bit rough. But when they're going back and forth with one another, that to me is good, because that's what keeps us going,
They'll
keeps us
still have
clicking.
some views. They just got to talk about something else, and they still can give commentary on the mess, but just not let it go below the belt and go too far like it
Exactly.
is now. Because if your views only consist of what you're doing, then you don't need to be on YouTube. Where you go? Girl, did you fall off of here? Now we in the middle of the conversation. She gone. Let me drop the
She
link
probably
again.
dropped off. She'll be back.
Oh, I'm gonna drop the link again just in
But you're
case.
right, Happy Nappy Girl. After so long, even the beefs get boring. You be like, okay, what else can you say to each other? Y'all have said this back and forth. Okay, you got droopy titties. You a molester. You are this. After so long, even it starts to sound like Wah, 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 wah. I mean, I'm just being real and honest, and I'm sorry people getting their feelings, but it is what it is. It's tired. Then some of these people be swearing they reading and can't read,
Oh,
period.
there you go. I
Oh,
see her.
God. Some of
Yeah,
these
it
reads be
popped
so
out.
tired
Oh,
that I just be like,
This phone is so crazy.
okay.
But
okay, you
yeah,
back.
I wish they would kind of. Well, if you consider it the beef sector, we come to it to hear some beef. Yeah, we know that. But if they'll just keep it on task, it's all good. But when you start bringing in babies, mamas, and all of this, then no,
I
it's not
agree.
fun anymore.
No, well, not, no, it's not. But then, like I said, people, if you coming for their deceased mother and their children, they're gonna go back and forth. But we
Yeah.
start getting to this police and the
Oh.
FBI, and now you got somebody talking about protesting in front of somebody's house. That's just ridiculous. Okay,
Mm,
it's just
mm, mm.
crazy. It lets you know something wrong up in here. That's not what YouTube was supposed to be about. It from what I hear, the
Right.
blast days, listening to Lady Nika and Philly Boy and everybody. They said it was fun. Somebody even posted on Lipstick Alley some throwbacks of them having fun in Las Vegas. You know, Lady Nika looked good though with her little chunky self. She was chunky back then. She was cute. And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was watching some reruns on there. Yeah. But it looked like they was having fun. You know, even back then.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know. So that's what goes too far because people gonna always fight. You
Yeah.
know, 'cause with this part, what they call the beef sector is not the only one's fight. I'm telling y'all that mukbang sector is worse because I know because I want to start studying it because I want to do something. And speaking of that, let me ask y'all this: it's these other people too. I've been watching these mukbangs. Oh my God, when I first started finding everybody now, it's been what 3, 4 years when I first found Funky didn't even before because it's been 2 years since I actually been in this beef sector.
Mm.
These two ladies named Walking the Fat Woman Shoes. They the only ones over here not messy.
Hmm.
Y'all ever heard of them? I have never
Mm-mm.
known them to be
I've
messy.
never heard of it myself.
It's
Never
walking
heard of
that
them.
woman's shoes, yeah, and they're not messy, and they've been on here. I kind of been watching them lately. It's a couple, and I'm gonna tell you how naive I was. So after the watching them for a few months, you know, and they be talking, they always eating good food. I
Mm.
said to them, I typed, "Are you guys related?" Because it was a family thing. It was children, like late teenagers. Now they might be in their early 20s now. And then one of them say, "Huh?" But it was down the line. I realized that they were a couple because I didn't know that this sector consists of all LBGT, which is cool. You know, I'm not saying it, you know, no pun intended. And so they say, yeah, so I've been watching them two the last 3 days. They never have mess. And then one of them named Keisha was sick and she just got to the hospital. Nobody over here I'm talking to heard of them walking the fat woman shoes. I guess not. Hey girl.
I haven't seen her or
Me
them.
neither. And I was
Okay,
gonna say,
I don't know the link, but the name of it is Walking the Fat Woman's Shoes. And
what I
it's
was
two
gonna say
ladies.
is just look at an example of beef and how people can resolve stuff. Me and Miss Uno had a situation, but we ended up squashing it like two grown women. Me
Y'all
and Miss
did.
Pizarro at one time had, and I love Pizarro to death. Me and Miss Pizarro had a little incident. We talked about it, chalked it off, and chalked it out and let it go. My thing is that's how it should be. Okay, we beef. We
Hmm.
talk about your hair, your shoes, you. But when we start talking about your kids, your mama, your daddy, it goes too far. Putting people's dead mothers on
Hmm.
community walls and then sitting up there and putting people's kids. See, my problem is, and I understand why people are so upset about kids because I'm one of those people that are very protective of my children as well. And I can't say I cannot be mad at anybody who does not want their kid posted or who's fighting for their kids. But at the same time, my issue is if you don't want your kids posted, you don't put somebody's dead mother up there either. So
Exactly. That's
that's
what I'm saying.
it's an eye
We
for
don't know how we would react. We don't know how we react if somebody did that to us.
exactly.
Although I don't, like I said so many million of times, I don't drag children. I hate that it even went there like that.
Right.
I would be very upset if somebody put my deceased mother up there because see, that's the worst you can do. Y'all know how deep that hurt when you lose a mother. That's
Yeah,
very
and that's
emotional.
different though.
Yeah.
A deceased person and a grown person is totally different than an innocent child.
No, but when you
And to
put
me, if
somebody
the
dead,
mother is putting,
if
I
somebody put
understand,
my
but
dead
if
mother up there, I don't know how I would fight. I'm gonna go for everything because that's doing the most. Y'all know how deeply that hurt to lose the mother. So
I
I
think
got
it would
that.
be deceased. It should be deceased against deceased, or us against
They don't do
us.
it like that.
It should
If you
I
never
get
guess
be
you're
somebody,
saying
kids.
it should
well,
be
let
Period.
either
somebody put
level
my
the
deceased
playing
mother
field.
up here. Let somebody put my deceased mother here and see, watch what I do. I'm going
You
for
ain't lying,
everybody
Bless. I
because
don't care about nobody
they
at that
really
point.
truly trying to hurt you so deeply.
Right.
Come on now, that's a hurt that you can't explain when you lose a mother.
Honestly, Miss Bless, in my opinion, there's that line. And that line is anything other than what is the subjects at hand. So if you got two people fighting, it should stay at those two people.
I
If
agree.
any one of those two people feel like they've been hit so hard that they now got to go to, the child or the mama, then that means that person really hit you pretty good. That
That's
means
what
you
I'm
need to
saying.
take that L.
It should stay at the two, but it don't. But it don't.
Yeah,
But
but
anybody out here
okay,
can
but
tell
if
you
you
if they got a deceased mother. And, so,
mhm.
and then that's the hurt all over again of losing your mother. Now, come on now. Y'all know how
Bottom
deep
line is there's
that
no
hurt goes with
past.
a mother.
That's what I'm
Y'all know
saying, Miss
how
Bless.
deep that
There's
goes
no
when it's your
past.
mother.
There's no past. Once you get past the two subjects, there's no past for you to bring anybody else in it, in my
They
opinion.
shouldn't. They shouldn't,
That
but
means
I
that
agree.
means you had nothing else to say about me. So now you got to talk about my mama or you got to talk about my kid. No, let's keep it on me, baby girl. If that's what you got, bring me what you got to me.
but they're not
To
going to do
me.
that. I'm telling you. And
And you're right
everybody
about that.
knows that had lost, anybody on here that lost a mother know how deep that hurt goes. So you
Or
might
even
say
lost a
anything.
child. I lost my baby. He was
But then you
13.
should
I lost
know.
my
Now
baby
you
too,
bring him
just
in it, then
because.
yeah, it would be something a little different. I am gonna probably go off, but
Me
that's
too.
I
that's
know.
another
I
thing.
lost my twins, so trust me, I know how
Yeah.
it feels to lose a child.
Any deceased relative really did tell the truth about it. But y'all know that the utmost love, y'all know how deep it is talking about a mother. So it probably was just as deep to her as talking about a kid and lying about abortion and talking about the children that she lost and couldn't carry.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. I'm
I
just
agree
saying.
with that. I agree with what you're saying, Bless. You put my mother up there, I can't
My
tell
mama
you
said.
what I'm going to say or do.
Because even
I'm like, just because too, or my children. It's no, I feel like I understand both sides of it, but I'm
Hmm.
saying they're not fighting fair. When
Right.
they think because Tracy doesn't have kids that it's okay to talk
right.
about her flaws. Just the first thing Liar Fire Babe said when they was on that goddess thing, she said, "Oh, bitch can't bearing children."
See?
That's the first thing
No,
she
she might
said.
have had a kid, but she just lost it. So she had one, I assume. I don't know. She never really validated whether she had one, lost one, aborted one, miscarried one, or nothing. She never said either way, be honest. So we
Y'all
Right.
don't
And
know. If she lost
know,
one, then
y'all know when we're children and we capping back and forth with each other, roasting back and forth with each other, whatever y'all want to call it, and
mm,
somebody said about your mama, that's playing a dozen, you immediately
yeah.
start fighting. Now times that 100 times that if y'all saying something about it if she deceased. Okay? Oh girl, come
No, it
on.
makes sense. Believe me, it makes sense. She got every right. Like I said, both of them got every right to fight back because you're throwing it at each other. But it's just
mhm.
gotten to the point where it's gotten to where a lot of people's like, I don't. A lot of people don't fool with it when you're dealing with moms and babies and stuff like that. That's
No, they
all I'm
don't, but
saying.
that's the way YouTube is. That's the way it has become for what I've seen since I've been
Yeah.
on here. To me, that police calling, what they say people was doing it before five, I don't know. She was the first person I ever saw start running off of YouTube to a court because of a YouTube thing. It's ridiculous. So it just
Hmm.
goes too far. It goes just, and now you're talking about getting in front of a woman house with some signs protesting as if she's on that Megan law. She's not on the Megan law. She ain't
Right.
molesting no children or anything like that. And got to stay what 50 feet from children. Can't go around a school. Can't live in a building with children. She ain't done none of that. So
And
I
that's
hope
why
they
she
do
could sue
it
their
and she get
asses for
arrested and
slander
sue her.
and
Huh?
libel. Yep, and that's why she could sue them for slander and libel. And I would, looking based on what I've seen, she's not going to get shit. I'm not lying. And I have not seen anything that I've seen thus far that if I sue any of them that I'm going to get anything out of. But what I'm saying
Hmm.
is you have to sometimes make a point. And I do agree with the police calling, it goes too far. Now, I'm agreeing with some of the things the soap says. It's hard. You say you can't straddle the fence. You can't straddle the fence because my thing is you post my dead mother, all gloves is off. You post my
Right.
child, all gloves are off at that
Hmm.
point. But what we're saying is it never should have gotten to that point from the beginning. It should have
You
stayed
made
with
it. You
two
raised a good
people.
point, Miss Detroit. Not to cut in. When you say all gloves are off, then that means calling the police is all good. Then
It is to them.
To
But when I
them it
say
is,
all
but
gloves
to
are off,
me,
I'm
it's
talking about
not.
all gloves are off for as words and fighting. I'm not going to
right.
nobody's house. That's crazy.
But what's to say what all gloves is off? What's the limit on gloves being
When
off?
they right
You
mind
right.
gonna go to somebody's
You
house.
right.
Treat
You
would
right.
be
I can't
in her,
argue with you on that
Treaty would
point.
be in her right to let them come up to her door and drag their butts in and do whatever she want to do. Who's going to go to somebody's house? Good morning, so that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy right there.
That is. And they
Good
would be
morning.
running for mines if they come any foot
Can you
feet near it.
imagine can you imagine having posters put up of you on around your home and different places? That's going to be
Girl,
very
all she got to do is
interesting.
call the police for the first time they put a post up there because it's illegal. And they ain't got no business putting, that's like graffiti. The apartment manager and owner don't want that graffiti all around their building, on their fence or on their thing. That's what that is at this point because it's illegal. There's nothing that warrant a protest. Serious, simple as that. Good morning, so.
I think that's still a part of them gloves being off.
You right.
Hi, Miss Soap.
I
Uh-oh,
guess
Miss Soap left. Let me jump off so Miss Soap can come on.
that's
Miss
Miss
So,
Come
go
on,
ahead.
Miss
Soap.
Soap.
Let's with
She's
you.
so handsome.
Miss So, come on, let's hear that sexy voice. Let me drop it again because I want your input on this.
Because I agree. And he's a man. It would be good to
Yeah.
hear his opinion. But all gloves off, Uno is right. When you say all gloves off, then you kind of like now don't have a limit of what to
Yeah,
react
but
to.
who's gonna be stupid enough to actually go to somebody's house? You
No,
know,
I
come
think
on,
that's
man.
stupid. I think that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's crazy. Who's gonna do that? What happened to the soap, or was that the real soap? Come on, we waiting on you or anybody.
And Diana Duncan, I agree with you that it needs both of them just need to stop because it's gone beyond beef, and that's why I said set up a truce date. Everybody make a truce and agree while you sit up there writing petitions on dumb shit. Do an agreement to everybody stop, and from that day forward, then if it persists or that person, then you proceed. Because my thing is everybody has hit below the belt at this point, and it's hard to come back from what they have
Good
hit.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm thinking that's Troy for to take him down then.
Please
Hey,
hurry
good
up.
morning, Bless.
Oh, that's him.
Can you
Okay,
hear me,
all
Miss
right.
Bless?
Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you. Good morning, soap, with that sexy voice. Oh, you muted yourself again? Okay. He
Hey,
must can't hear
hey, good
you.
morning. Good
Good
morning, Miss
morning.
Bless. How are you?
Okay, we're good. He keep muting himself off and on. I think maybe having technical difficulties. So I'll leave you there until you get it together. Let me finish speaking. Good morning, Meek.
Hey, Meek. Can you
She
hear
said
us, so?
she said she drove 3 hours with somebody. Yeah, that's just as worse. Just as worse to me is talking about your child. Come on now. I think he probably have a little technical difficulties. That's okay. We'll keep talking. I'm gonna leave him back there till he can finally come on.
And
Cause
I
I
agree
got
with
him
you.
on.
And I
Huh?
would have did the same thing. Drove 3 hours. I know that's right.
Exactly.
Can
For your mother or your
you
child,
can you
because
hear
you
me?
don't do that.
I can
Yes,
hear you
we
Can you
hear
hear me,
perfectly,
you.
Miss
baby.
Bless?
Yes, yes, yes. We hear you. Let me write in the chat. Did I hear him? We hear you. Good. Okay. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you
Go
hear me,
ahead.
Miss Bless?
We hear
Yes.
you, babe. We hear you every time you ask us that.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, lady.
Good morning.
Hey, baby.
It's like it's a delay. Um.
Oh, is it a
Okay.
delay on your part? Just go
But
ahead.
but what I wanted to say. Good morning, lady. Detroit. Good morning.
Good morning, handsome.
Okay. But what I wanted to give a quick input. I wanted to give a quick input of, I understand both sides, and Lady Detroit, when I stated straddling the fence, I guess the issue that I'm having is that people keep saying, well, you don't want to drag the children, and I don't support that. But then on the same note, somebody will come back and say, well, I don't know how I would act if it was my child. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the lukewarm reactions to, the situation. You either are going to fight based on how you feel,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be no holds bars. Now, I can give myself an example. I love my mom with every fiber of my body. That woman has given herself to her family, without any asking of anything in return. I love my children the same way. I have two
Right.
children as well, and I'm not doxing myself, but I have
Right.
two children. You can't tell me first how to love. I love my
Right.
mother intensely. And if my mother appeared on anybody's screen and her, going home, programming that we've done, that would devastate me to the core, because the first woman that I have ever loved was my mom. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's even for any child, as far as who they love first is their parents. So the same love that you feel for your child, I can understand 100% how Tracy feels about her mother, regardless of people keep speculating whether or not she was
Right.
pregnant or she had 10 abortion. It doesn't matter. And I wish
Exactly.
people would get past that, because the bottom line is, you don't know what you will do when it happens to you. And
I agree.
I cannot, like I said, I can't imagine Tracy's pain. And also, too, on the flip side, I truly understand the perspective of Five Babes in regards to her child. They're both wrong. But again, I just wish we'll get past that. It's 100% wrong to drag a child versus it's 100% wrong to drag a deceased mother. And that's all that I
Exactly.
wanted to say, because I got a bad connection. I know it's delayed, but I just want to put that in. Lady Detroit, I would love to hear, how you feel about it. And bless, you're beautiful. Continue to be blessed, and we really appreciate, the content that you put out to us. So everyone have a
Exactly.
blessed Sunday, and I'll
You
turn
have a
back into
blessed
the
Sunday
chat.
as well.
You
Thank
too.
you.
And thank you for your input, Soap. And we hear you real good. You wasn't really being delayed. And you absolutely right. That's why I said, think how we act if somebody would just said something bad about it. That's called playing the does it. And then you're gonna put it. Just think about that. To me, they can be equal. And then you said people saying what they can't imagine what they can do. I've said that too. Me, meaning if that happened to me, I'm quite sure I react the same way. My children, my mother. Come on now, that's the deepest love somebody can have. I've been explaining that. Yes. So you so right, Assault. You're very, very right. You just don't do that. We don't know how hurt she is. I'm quite sure sometimes I'm willing to say that when she get off, maybe she breaks down and she don't want to even see us cry, because that's bringing back all of that hurt and pain when she seen her mother up there. Okay, y'all?
Right.
Come on now. It's bringing it all back. And we know how deeply we love our mother. Just as hard we love our children. So,
And,
and about all that other
and I agree
foolishness,
with you, Bless.
yeah, and about all that other
I agree with
foolishness,
you because you know what? And I have to say this, and I don't mean to sound ignorant when I say this. So far, I'm blessed and I have lost a parent. My father is very sick though. He's has one kidney and he's on dialysis. My dad's very sick, and I could break down crying now, and he's still here because I know the inevitable is will be soon. And the thing is, I couldn't imagine someone putting my father, who when everybody look up to Spider-Man, Batman, Incredible Hulk, my hero was my daddy. That was the
mhm,
first man I loved on the face of the earth. I did a thing on Facebook one day when I took my dad to dialysis and how I had to go out in the car and I broke down crying because my father, when everybody else had their heroes and everybody brought this, I always brought my daddy. My mother too. I love my mother the same way, but I was blessed to have a daddy. My daddy was the
right,
neighborhood daddy. And I was a kid. As a kid, I used to be stubborn and I used to hate that I would have to share my daddy because everybody else didn't have fathers. But now that I'm older, I'm glad that my father was that black man who took on that role, paid for kids to play football and different things that he did. But when we were talking and they put Tracy's mom up there, I had to talk to Nika. And Nika, she was so upset. And Nika said to me, Simone, that really did something to me. That broke my spirit. She said, I'm trying. That just brought back something in me. Now, and I got tears in my eyes when I talk about this. I'm sorry, but what made me so sad was Nika lost her mother at 13 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and here it is. How was she feeling? Somebody put a picture of her dead mother coming up and down their timeline, and that woman's mother was up there for a week. We're not saying they just did it for an hour or two. They did it for a week, and they put it on different people's platforms and laughed about it. So my thing is, people cannot get angry and mad at her because now she strikes back and says the things she says. I get it, and you right. So it is kind of like straddling the fence, and I agree with you. And I don't want to sound like I'm straddling the fence because I agree with everything you said. Everything you said. I was just saying, my point is, people have taken it so far now at this point that there is no return. So the
Right.
only thing next is at this point, something bad is going to happen. So I was saying it would be nice if we could just get someone who's neutral to get in there and maybe have a truce going.
And you can have a truth, but I don't think those two, well, they can be cordial, but I don't think they would ever make up to the point where they go visit each other platform and that kind of cordial anything, because it has went too far, entirely too far. So I don't know, but I wish it would come to a head, because like I tried to tell y'all over the weekend, my spirit wasn't right. I keep thinking that something awful was going to happen, and I didn't come on for 2 days. Remember I came on yesterday saying that? It's just like I needed to have a body cleanse. I needed to go on a sabbatical. I needed not to hear all the negativity for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I don't
Uh-huh.
think I necessarily get on here and drag. Only person really gonna drag with Juicy Booty. I get over it and I might do commentary on it. So there is a difference. Like I'm doing this morning when I kind of mentioned a few things that was going on. But I kind of wish they can come to some kind of truth and just stop talking about it, because I can't see them ever just really starting to be kumbaya in the same chat speaking how you doing this next, because that went entirely too far. And the other one is the one keep taking it too far, and now all Tracy doing is responding. Now this lady started running the court when she first came over to this so-called big sector, so to speak. And during the time she was trying to evict somebody, she was a manager of some apartments that she claimed she owned or whatever the case may be. And then she met that other lady, that her little lapdog friend, Tracy D. And they was going to the court to evict her, but she always at the court, she would show the papers. I got this, but who cares? Wasn't nobody gonna fly no 4 5 states over for no simple restraining order anyway to tell somebody if it was real. Nobody cares, okay? But it just, was just something about it. See, call me Nettie, say, bless me too. My spirit be vexed, and that was her. Yeah. That's why I said it became repetitious. I can predict what I didn't have to look at the live. I can predict what was going on. Okay, so
And,
I had to
and
back
I
up a
agree.
little bit. And I welcome my niece doing her stuff, because she said, well, can I get on here? I said, yeah. I said, come on a little bit with you, show you how to do it. But other than that, no, just kissing at the same thing over and over again. You see, that's just like, don't nobody want negativity in their life every single day of their life.
Exactly.
So I don't
Right.
want to be involved in nobody else's negativity every single day, every moment of my life. Okay, I gotta have some laughter, and some of it do be funny, because Goddess was funny when she did that skit. I ain't gonna lie, it was funny when she did that. Smash it, skit. It was funny. So sometimes you can get a little good little laugh over here. Dutch can love be doing a gong show if you want to see something different once in a while. But that's just the way it was with me, Lady Detroit. I know you. And then you was off for a while on, and I have been praying for you the whole time. You know that. So I ain't gonna go into detail. I just want to let you know that. So I'm glad
Thank
everything.
you. And my family appreciates the prayers.
Yeah,
My
I will.
dear, everything worked out so far. So,
Yeah.
but and also I want to say, everybody's forgetting about James. I'm the only one who always mentions James. My thing is, this man, kids were innocent, and my problem is everybody puts her daughter up. They want to put her daughter up on a pedestal. But let's go back to James' kids, which she admitted she talked about
She
and
admitted.
started with. admitted
She
it.
admitted that on the
James,
panel.
innocent boys, I guess because they're little boys, that they're not important. That's where I find the hypocrisy and the BS come in at.
Yeah.
Those kids were innocent. They had nothing to do with her beef with James. And she sat there, dragged those kids in that beef, and then called James a molester. And I've been
Yeah.
knowing James for well over 6 years, since the Blab days. And I love, that's why I call him Uncle James. I've been calling him that for years. James ain't never been a molester, ain't never been anything.
Yeah.
And
Well,
for
I
her to
spoke
sit
on
there
that
and say
day
those
after the
things
panel.
about James,
Yeah, that day after the panel, I
disgusting.
did speak on that. That she did say she came for the Caldwell boys first, and I think what it was, she didn't mean to say that. She's over talking herself, because then a little after that, she starts saying other stuff as if she was trying to clean it up or justify why she did it. But like I said, she ran away when Tracy came on. Yeah, I did speak on the Caldwell boys. How she said she came for them first. Because she really ain't got nothing to say about him. She's making up stuff. She's rewriting his whole life. That's what she was doing. Good morning, Jada Nerd.
And it's right, and to sit there and talk about that man's kids. So I guess because he has boys, it's not as effective as talking about Leah. I don't agree with that. Kids are kids all the way around. And my thing is, if you want people not to talk about Leah, you shouldn't talk about James' kids. You shouldn't talk about, and I cannot stand Rita.
But
Rita's
the thing
kids.
is, though, Lady Troy, wasn't nobody really even talking about Leah like the way she was saying it. I don't care who
That's
she
true.
talking with, who she beefing with. She always tend to bring up me and my daughter, me and my daughter. Makes me think something happened to her in real life. She think it's gonna happen to her daughter. Nobody was speaking on her daughter. He hadn't drugged her daughter. None of that was true. It's always my daughter, my daughter, my daughter. Nobody talked about that little girl.
And James said that in the other day when they were on the panel. I thought they were actually going to get some breakthrough on the panel. But my problem is everyone, and this is the good point somebody brought in the chat earlier. I think it was I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry, I apologize. They said the main thing. Tracy said if she will stop, then if they stop, she will stop. James said the same thing from the beginning. James been saying this for 3 months. If you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone.
Well, did
And
she
it's like
stop? Because
they
I
don't
haven't
leave
been
him
watching
alone.
it. She's still going on because that's what she said, that she would leave him alone on that panel. Oh,
She
really?
did.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
the call, and I just think to call that man a pedophile and the things that he was called is way worse than the things I've seen. And I think it's all just is it gets to the point where it's just all negative and nasty. And at some point, somebody got to be the bigger person and just say, you know what, this is getting tired. I agree, beef, and if y'all want beef for dollars, beef.
Well, you know what? James got a lot of other stuff going on for him. All she got is this beefing. So I guess that's why she continued to beef. She don't know how not to beef. That's all she do is beef. I have not seen her doing anything for 2 years. But when she first started talking about somebody's son like animal porn, so their mama go to bed with animal
Oh
pajamas
my God,
on,
I forgot about that until
insinuating that
Flo
they
brought
having
that
sex.
up. That
Huh?
was that was ridiculous. I forgot all about that till Flo brought that up. And from
Yeah,
the
she said
video,
that.
Flo did it with that video. You did, Flo.
I must be. When did she do that? I missed that one too. See, I got so much
Oh,
to catch
Flo
up on.
just dropped this video maybe this week. I saw it, and she showed a lot of things she said about people, kids, and to sit there and say that that woman sleep in the bed with her son and he watches animal
Because he
porn.
like animal porn, so she wear pajamas with animal print on it,
That
trying to
that right there
insinuate
was,
something unnatural is
yeah.
going on. But see, she forgot that she said that, huh? And then she drug Rita kids. She have drugged everybody, children on here. But don't nobody know or remember that, do they? Okay.
They don't remember that, and that's what I'm saying. So my thing is this: why is her kid put on a pedestal, but everybody else's kids aren't?
Hmm. Wow,
And
you're
and
right,
I truly
Mr.
understand that. And like I said, I really, really sympathize with the dead putting Tracy's mother out there, because when I was talking to Nika broke down. Nika was like, that triggered me. And as a friend, that's my sister, to hear her crying over something that triggered her, it hurt me.
And you know what? And I had to apologize for that because I was sitting there, but I was just as guilty. But things I didn't really care for, I wouldn't speak on. Lady Nika wouldn't either. But when you're sitting somewhere, how you said, like Mimi said, when she's on here a couple weeks ago or last week,
Guilty by
guilt
association.
by association and guilt by default, and I admitted to that, and I made amends with that. Like some things I just don't believe in or want to believe in. And that's all to it. Like I said, then again, like I keep saying, I don't know. My spirit just felt like something was going down, and I don't live with negativity in my life, in my real life. With this me being real right here myself, don't get it wrong. But what I'm saying is, I don't have negativity every single day, all day. So some of the stuff you just don't be interested in. Now you can get a kiki, because some people come say stuff in a fun way. Some just downright do like she do over there, Miss Mayweather, to try to hurt or harm somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
And those things that they say on YouTube can affect somebody in their real life. Calling James a molester can really affect that man in his everyday real life.
And then it, and I try, and I don't internalize this stuff, because you got some people that really internalize this stuff and keep it even in their daily life. They get upset, they have breakdowns behind it, the whole 9 yards. You can't internalize this. You know what I'm saying? You never will have a life. It'll affect you and your family life. No, I can't do that like that. I'm not going to internalize. That's just like when a troll dropped down in here or anywhere, not just my chat, anywhere. You got some people that pay attention to trolls and start cussing the troll out. Why? Just a troll. Just like I had, what's that name yesterday? Tatiana busted down, was saying something about down the cooking house of breakfast. I said, you must not never been married. We're not in the 50s and 60s and 70s and early 80s, but we're going to get up and act like Ozzy and Harry, that some of them old stuff, do all that like that. I said, what do you mean? You get fixed up. I just brushed right over and said, how you living? How you living? And they tried, she tried to pull me. But see, I don't care what these trolls say. I just kept right on about my business and what I wanted to talk about. You can't pull me to talk about something I don't want to talk about. I might mention it, but like I told her, how you living? Where's your husband? Why you worrying about mine? He doing his thing. He do what they do. As long as
Because
I live together. Huh?
Babe Nation.
Well, somebody said something about that folks
I knew
over.
I've seen her before.
They hate hotel. I've heard someone say no matter what she does, they still have. Well, that's cool. That's what they want to do. Go ahead and do it, because that's how they live. And if that's what they want to do, oh well, who cares? Who really cares? I don't.
The
So
part you
I'm
pay
not gonna, because when you start
dollars to
going
cross
outside like
James,
that, huh?
then to pay ZT $500 to cross James. Y'all that pressed over James. None of y'all can beat him verbally because he whoops y'all ass every time with his tongue. He don't even have to use his hands to do it. He gives y'all a verbal lashing every time, a verbal suicide. And you hire ZT you pay ZT $500 to go at James.
Well,
Really?
I really hate to hear that, because I kind of like ZT. I can't believe he let himself get bought off for 7, almost 8 year relationship. And Carla Tucker, you're right, because old school didn't take pictures of people in caskets. This is a new thing. And then post it. No, we didn't do that. She said, yes, we would be hurtful about the mom casket picture. My family, we have this thing about we didn't allow anyone, even us, to take it. No, we didn't do that. That's why I say this must be a new thing. We don't take no pictures of nobody in no casket. We got other pictures we want to remember them by. We don't talk about no casket. Come on now. I
Well,
don't know about y'all, but I don't.
but my friend's grandmother died about 5 years ago, and they took pictures, and I was like, I had never heard of that. And she said,
I
"Oh,
did.
it's a down south thing."
That's what I'm saying. Must be new, because I had never heard nothing like that either. Y'all, I'm gonna drop the link because I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. Anybody else want to come on here? And Soap, I really appreciate you coming on here so the ladies can hear your sexy voice.
And that was good. We needed a male perspective. I
Yeah,
appreciate
we
this
did. We needed a male perspective.
perspective.
Yes, we did.
And don't be a stranger. Click on the link more often. So,
Yeah. I'm not gonna bite you. Now,
and
joint Mimi say I have my mom casket picture, but it never was posted. No, why would you? That's just like y'all now, kind of going off just a little bit, but not too much. I used to love to listen to blues like B.B. King, and as the years went on, and as he got, excuse me, sick, Somebody put a picture of him while he was in a hospital bed, looking all skinny and frail, hooked up to
Uh-huh.
everything. I say, what about it? Come on now, let the man have some integrity on his dying bed. I would have never took no picture of none of my loved ones like that or whatever and put that picture up. I don't know if it was his caretaker that did or whoever did it. But did y'all anybody follow them and see that picture? I said, come on now, what about his integrity? Why y'all got this man on there looking like that? No, I wouldn't even do that either. No.
And at Whitney's funeral, they had people that was trying to take pictures of her in her casket, and um, her mother was saying that they had to escort and kick people out. They were trying to take pictures of her in her casket. Now
Well,
we had Aretha's funeral last year, um, and it was a lot of people that was going in there taking pictures. They said no cameras, but once you got past them, you could take a picture of her. They had her body at the African Detroit, the right African Museum, and when we went there, it was a long line, and you kind of had to walk at a steady pace, but it was people taking pictures of her,
wow.
and that was the
Aretha,
family wishes.
she said
No
it's a
pictures.
southern thing. Nah, my grandmother and everybody down south, we didn't take no pictures like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's a new southern thing. I don't know.
I just feel like that's a person's personal choice to
Yeah,
do so. I would never knock anybody for their decision and what their
me
family
either.
decides to do. So, but I do know when Aretha died, it was a lot of people, and then it was the rapper Shorty Low. He's from Georgia. When he died in a car accident, the family literally they were about to fight at his funeral because you had fans in there taking pictures of him after they asked them not to, and someone sold his picture in the casket to one of the magazines for $25,000.
Wow. Yeah, because DMZ and all them other news outlets be waiting to buy pictures to put people's stuff up. You can go take some pictures. You get money for taking stuff like that. Y'all come on, get on up with them likes. I could at least have at least 50 likes. It got up to 100 in here. Come on, y'all. I know it's a slow morning, but y'all sticking. Push the like. Miss Bless, I remember the song they used to have the wake. Oh, I heard about that, Diana. That probably was in my grandma days and maybe my mom days or whatever. They used to take the body home and have the body in their home. I heard about that.
That is
Matter of
so
fact, one
true.
of my
When I was a
other
little
sisters
girl,
told me that.
that
Huh?
is true. That is so true because when I was a little girl, my great grandfather died, and his body was in their house, and I didn't know. I'm a little kid. I don't know no better. I don't know what's going on. So I remember that, and then he had a funeral at the church, but his body was in the house, and everybody in the neighborhood came by and looked at my grandfather, Mr. Phillips' body. My grandfather.
Wow.
I do
And
remember
how
that.
long would the body stay in the house though? Because I
It
know
was
they got
two
the old
days.
body.
It
Huh?
was like 2 days. He died,
They
and
left
then
the dead body in the house for 2 days.
yep, it was 2 days. I remember I remember when they wheeled his body in there because I wouldn't stay there. I stayed at my aunt house down the street. I always say the city of Tifton, Georgia, my entire family is the whole city, and that's not a lie. It really is. It's a black section and a white section. And I remember when they rolled his body in there, and I remember I wouldn't stay at their house. I went to stay at my aunt's house down the street. I was like about 10. So it stayed there for 2 days, and then after 2 days, it went to the church, which I thought was crazy because they had the body there, and then even at the church, they had a family hour, which I didn't understand.
All right, thank you. Call me Nettie. But wow, y'all, I heard that one of my husband people, well, one of his sister-in-laws, her older sister, was talking about it one day, and she was saying how they would have a wake and the body would be in the house. I said, what? They go embalm it first, dress it up, and then sit it in the house? Oh well. So I wonder what made them start having the wake back again at the funeral home. Because anybody died in my family, the wake was to view the body the day before the funeral.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of
Wow.
people are getting away from that. I noticed now. I know in Michigan, they're getting away from that. They're like doing the family hour, right? The viewing right before the funeral. So you get an hour before the funeral, and then the funeral starts, and it's a funeral. It's no more viewing of the bodies, and not because of Rona. I'm saying I've been noticing this for about 3 years now. When my aunt Mac died, who live in Ohio, they do a whole funeral procession, and you get the police cars to escort you, and they go through every light and make sure no traffic is coming, and they take you through that. Now they don't do that here in Michigan, but they
Well,
do that
that's
in
going to be
Ohio.
my next question. Just because she said there's a smell, you never. That's going to be my next question. You know, the funeral homes have a certain odor. I don't know what it is, and so that was going to be my next question too. I think there's Meek said something about the body in the house, and like that. Isn't that same funeral home smell in the house for them 2 days? I can't stand that smell,
I
y'all.
don't remember a smell because I was 10, but I remember the eerie feeling of I just didn't want to be there. And they got mad at me because they had a bigger house than my aunt down the street. I did not care. I was not staying in that house with that dead body.
Well, because there's something on the bodies they had to keep them preserved. So whatever that odor is, it's a funeral home smell. That was no way, buddy, no way, Jose.
Lady T, no, that police escort is not everywhere. They don't do that in Michigan. My dad and mom told me that they did it when they were younger, but now you don't get a police escort. And I was so shocked because that was the first time I ever saw that when I went to my Aunt Mac's funeral in Ohio. And that
You
was
get a
about
police escort on your way to the
7
gravesite
years.
after the funeral. You do have
Mm-mm.
an escort, huh?
Nope, they don't do that here. Nope.
Oh, really? Okay.
They put the first car gets 2 flags, and then the very last car gets 4 flags around it, and that lets you know that's the end of the funeral procession.
They
They do
either had
not
a,
get
they either had a police car in the front or two motorcycles side by side leading the head car with the body,
nope,
and then all the other cars follow. But with that
nope.
said, y'all, I don't drop this link again for one more time because I'm always getting involved in the conversation, staying on longer than I planned on staying here on the Sunday morning. I thank you for the 100 that came today because some people go to their services at home in the house or whatever, what they ever do on Sundays. So, I was saying, okay, I wasn't going to do it live at all. My niece going to come on and do her celebrity thing, but she'll be back with some more later on because she's looking up all this. She was interested in me talking to her about the Picky Nanny and all this kind of stuff. So she'll be back later on, or I might come back after I go catch up on Lex Mac, like you said about that panel, and you said Flo back too. I'm gonna go catch up on some stuff. Oh, goody! What did say? What did she just say? 51 lives get blessed. Oh, okay. At least I get half. I did get half of what I had. As long as you got your
I am
50.
so shocked you ladies are saying.
Wait a minute.
Lady
Sophie
T
Jackson.
said they do it in Texas. They just do not do that here, Meek. They do not do a police
Okay.
escort.
I did get half of what I had. As long as you got your 50. Okay. Why am I playing in the background on somebody's stuff? Somebody got something on.
They do it in Texas.
Somebody turn me down. Is that you, Soap?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was so.
Okay, go ahead and speak, babe.
Hey, Miss Blessed, I just wanted to come back right quick and say, Lady Detroit, I really respect you. You always come on and always, tell a story from the heart. The way that you ride for Lady Nika and others and speak up, you are truly a voice. And I just wanted to just say that to you personally. See, I think
Thank
some of
you.
I think some of the things that go on YouTube is really sad. I refuse to stoop to certain levels as far as cussing out women and going back and forth. I wasn't raised like that, and
Right.
I just believe that you shouldn't allow people who you don't know to pull you out of character. But I do appreciate when you come on Blast's channel and you give a different perspective and you're willing to try to pull other people's perspective in as well. So it doesn't seem like a bias type of conversation. But I
Thank
felt the
you.
emotion when you were speaking about your father, and I am lifting up prayers. I too know how it feels to have both both parents here. My parents have been together over almost close to 43 years. So
My
just
parents have been together
knowing that
47.
you had that foundation, you had a mother and a father in the home, and my father and it is a blessing, and it's really a lot of people, take it for granted. So no, my heart goes out to you. I will continue to pray for you. God is a good God, and just stay
Right.
strong. But thank you for your contributions, to bless this channel. And like I said, bless, you are a blessing, because again, you remind me so much of my grandmother. That's what had drawn me to you, and I
Thank
just want
you.
to say thank you for what you bring, to the sector. So
Thank
again,
you.
I want to wish everybody a blessed Sunday. I'll jump back in the chat.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you
I
for
really
talking more.
do.
Come up and
I
talk
really do
more. We
appreciate
need
the
your
compliment.
perspective.
I really do
Yes.
appreciate the compliment, Soap, and thank you very much. And you're welcome always. And good morning, Tracy. I was speaking earlier before you came how ridiculous this person is talking about protesting in front of your house. Now, I hope when they first put up the first piece of graffiti, because that's what it is, posters are writing, whoever's writing the posters, that's graffiti on a private property. You're not the one making all this. You have not molested any children, did anything like that. It's just utterly crazy, okay? So that's what we was talking about earlier before you came on. Oh, and thank you for the um super chat. I can't hardly say the word. I don't usually get them. Thank you. That's T7. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bless we
Thank
got
you
a
so for the nice
super
words you
chat.
said and everybody in the chat. And I try
Thank
to be the
you.
truth. And I can admit at times I had to learn how to not be biased because, like I said, I'm a Gemini and we had those personalities, but I try to be fair in all the commentary that I give. And that's why I was saying, um, I understand both sides, and like I'm
Yeah.
saying, I didn't want to seem selfish because unfortunately fortunately I haven't lost a parent, but I have to put myself in the shoes of those who have. And when Bless was talking about it earlier, it touched me because it touched me with the conversation I had with Nika. And Nika was so people don't know some of these things do actually trigger people. And
Yes,
that
it does.
conversation had her very upset. And then she had to come up on here and do a video and play nice, but she was really upset because that Nika lost her mother at 13, at the prime
Well,
when she needed her mother.
I lost mine going on 11 years old. And by the grace of God, my older sister passed on to me what they learned from my mother. I was from a strict religious family. Uncle
Oh,
passed everything. My uncle was a pastor. My dad, back then, deacons was like ministers, because I gave the
right.
story how snuck a beer in the house and he found it and called it a can of demons. I talked about that once upon a time. But my father vowed never to leave his family. My father stayed in the house even years later. He had a girlfriend. He'd go around the corner and visit her. He never ever left us. And I used to be shamed, like when I was in high school, the girls would be saying, "My mom this, my mom that." To where I always had to say what my dad take me, my dad did. I was ashamed. But pretty soon, when I started getting like 16 and 17, I love the fact that I can say, "Oh, my dad taking me here. My dad did this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have dads. I didn't stick around the house. I didn't care about it." Y'all know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of static going on too, lady. Detroit. I hear a lot of static. But yeah. Okay, it stopped. It stopped. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay, I must say maybe it was the way I was listening.
yeah. So anyway, y'all. So I've learned all that what they passed down. My older sister, she's the pastor. I still look at her as an authority figure because some things I still want to say I do around her, even though I'm overgrown.
Right.
But I just learned within the last 5 years to be like a more of a sister than to look at her as an authority figure. Then the second one, everybody was close to. Yeah, it was the same way, but certain things I did with her, it's a respect level, and I still have that even right now to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. And you got a lot of static, so you can kind of put that on mute.
Well, I'm gonna get off, but I want to say, Bless. I'm sorry, you lost your mother at the age of 11.
I'm 10, almost 11, yes. But
Wow.
I still had my older sisters. When I was married, there, because back then when ladies start getting married, at 18, they start having kids, and they have them all the way up to what, 35 or 40. Back then women believe having kids, but their bodies were healthy then. It wasn't heard of to have one or two child only now unless you just really couldn't have children for some reason. I thank God right now to this day it was 8 of us. I don't know how it would have did. I wish I would have
So
had
are
boys.
you the baby, Miss Bless? Are you the
Yeah,
youngest? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yes. Yes. And so to the point where it was hard when my father passed. Now, I think I was 19 when he passed. And let somebody put his picture up here. Come on now. I can't say I don't know how to act. I know how I would act. I'll probably be fighting like Tracy because you just don't do that. And then you said something I need to comment on. You said that Lady Mika felt some kind of very emotional. I did too. We was there at the same time. But see, it was a bit, it was a group, and something we didn't believe in, we just didn't speak on. Thank you for the other for the super chat. I can't even get it on you to get super chat. Losing a parent is horrible, I know. And what was done to Teresa was insane. And let me put that up there. I got it up there. And come on, allergies. And way below the belt. Love you, Tracy, 24/7. Great. Thank you, Vesti7. If I'm not pronouncing it, I'm trying my best. Again, yes, it was. That's what I'm saying. I can't tell her how to fight. Just because I keep saying drag kids, like I said, we don't. And some said we keep saying we don't know what we do. Maybe we do know what we do. So maybe I should stop saying it like that. But I'm saying it in my kind of way. When I say I don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm probably mean to say y'all ain't seen me go up yet. I don't know how far I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to come on here and do what I did when that other person kept going after me. You know, I had to come on here and come up and poke you out of my character for a minute.
And I just want to say this real quick, just like how they sat there and talked about James' mother like a dog. That had me so angry because James' mother literally is in James' chats. She participates with his channels, and she sees all the things that people say about her, and that is just wrong. I'm sorry. That one, his mother does not deserve to be disrespected. She is not a YouTuber. And just the respect that she's an older woman and she is his mother alone should give her the respect factor where she shouldn't even be put into the situation. So I'm saying dead mothers, alive mothers, children that are alive and children who aren't, all of it just needs to stop, period. It's just ridiculous and gotten too far. But like I said, they have said before, if one person will stop, then the others will stop. I just wish somebody would make that first step and stop.
I really
And
believe
I'm gonna
that.
thank you, Bless, for letting me come on because you said I'm staticky. I'm gonna get off, but I want to thank you for letting me come on and thank you everyone in the chat for the compliments. And go ahead, Bless, and finish it. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Make it up.
Everybody enjoy their Sundays. Um, I lost my thought myself, but I really, what else to say? Oh, and I really believe too is how you raise in your home too. If you can take over your siblings, because I thought of a story of this one guy with the same age as me, and we all went to school together. And when their mom got killed, evidently her kids weren't trained with the oldest daughter to know how to be there for the youngest sibling because they all went astray. You know, of course, getting on drugs and all this kind of stuff. To where mine immediately took over. That's just like the niece that's here. Well, her grandmother, which is my sister, passed at 45, but before she passed at 40, I helped her raise her girls because she had a open heart surgery, artificial child valve. And the doctors, and she didn't want to get it. At first, she was afraid. They said, don't you want to see your kids get bigger? You don't you want to live at least 5 more years? So anyway, she lasted exactly that long. And so, but I always promised her I would stay with her girls until they get old enough to take care of her. So that's exactly what happened when they became 15 and I think what 14 or 13, then the young was 7, you know, they was able to take over and I moved out. But then she ended up passing when the 15-year-old turned 17. Baby, that niece, the one who child I got, was a trooper. You know, she couldn't get an apartment in her name. They finished high school. She made sure her younger sisters finished high school, went on and got their trade, um, just took the rings, and then insisted on having an apartment herself. At 18, they had an apartment. They was going to school and working and stuff. See, that's why I say it depends on how you raise. My niece took over. And then after, so I went back to Las Vegas. So after so many years, then I came and got him. I was ready for him to come to Las Vegas when it started kind of getting, hard on her. When she lost her job or whatever went on, I brought her to Las Vegas. She's still there, 2 of them back, but she's been down there now since 2004. She did the food service thing. She did the business thing. I'm talking about the schooling and stuff. So it depends on how you raise too. I mean, she stepped in and took over like my sisters did with me. You know what I'm saying? She was raising her sisters at that young age. So that made me think about the other families, since we talk about parents that passed on early. If you raise your children right, if something happened early, they'll always want to know how to step in. And they didn't miss a beat of school. The school functions, you know, as far as parties, games, and all like this. Of course, we was there for backup. You know, they need us or something. You know, don't get it twisted. We didn't just leave them throw away. And they wanted to stay together. And that's what we allowed them to do. Anyway, so I just thought about that when we talk about how parents die early on and this and that. So anyway, and they're really good girls. Matter of fact, the youngest one of that sister is the one I turned the daycare thing over to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just doing great. It's doing great. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate everybody that came on the panel. Thank you again. So thank you, Lady Joy, as usual. And she do always have good talks. She really do. So she doing some things like Lady Nika. She under construction. Lady Nika ain't gonna be on it for 3 months, she say, but she gonna still be doing her reviews. You know, she gonna be just as beautiful as she is now, because whether that was getting done or not, she's still beautiful in my eyes. That's all to it. They both beautiful, but you know, that's how it is right now. So I know the end result is just gonna be just fantastic. Y'all can start dropping the diamonds as I find the music. Dance all we stayed on here. Oh Lord have mercy. See how I came on here 30 minutes and been on here 2 hours, y'all. So anyway, Tracy, since you came late, that's what we're discussing. I'm finna do some rolling around in just a little bit. Yes, they does. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So I raised my boys to be responsible. These girls are responsible, and that's why I say, so train your kids how to do the thing. And I wonder, I think Christ had a lot to do with it too, because they were all raised in Christ. That's just my belief. You know what I'm saying? They had their morals, you know, their standards of what they do. And right now, the 9-year-old that's here with me, he came to me one night and I said, "What's the matter?" Like, so he said, "Nothing. Can you sing to me?" I said, "What?" I said, "What you want to sing?" "Yes, Jesus loves me." I said, "Okay." And I sung with him, because that's the way she's raising them, you know, to say their prayers at night before they go to bed. And whenever he eats something, he's doing this verse. And a lot of families do that. Don't get me wrong. But I'm proud of the fact that she's keeping that teaching going on with her children like we taught them. That's my point I'm making. Okay? Now, Lady Nika is not going to be on. Oh yeah, she's still gonna be doing her reviews. She might come on, you know, with her avatar. She said in her live that she's gonna be under reconstruction. She getting her. She told y'all she's getting her whole mouth fixed and stuff. You know, that's what she said. Yeah, she'll be on here doing a review. Matter of fact, I'm gonna float around see if she did any, because I don't be getting my notification. A lot of people ain't getting their notification in the way that we're supposed to be getting them. But I don't care. You know, always watch the replay. You know, I don't care, because the replay is gonna be all good too. So yeah, she gonna be going on. So I'm wondering, did she get a review done today? So after I get the kids settled and whatever day else they want to do today, I'm gonna start searching around. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. So that was it. Y'all start dropping them diamonds. Exactly. And you'll never go wrong. Call me Natty. You'll never go wrong. Raise them up in Christ. And like, he don't really like to go over his ATL because he heard a curse. I said, "What she said?" She said, "Damn." I said, "Baby, this is not curse. It was funny to me, you know." But yes, he want me to sing, "Yes, Jesus love me." So I believe in raising your kids in Christ. Because when they get grown, they can go the way they want to go. You know what I'm saying? They know it's two sides. You ain't got to be all religious and holier than thou and all like that. Just got to learn a word here and there. You know, and the easiest verse is says Jesus wept, because Jesus did wept for us. He did. He wept that we might, you know, enjoy our life and live. Okay? That's all that means. Okay? So get them diamonds going, y'all. I'm going to pull my specs off and give y'all a little jig. I wish y'all can see me standing up. And y'all can't tell if I stand up, though, so I'll wait. I'll come on here and do a little jig for y'all. Right now, I'm going to do my sitting down jig. Yes, indeed. Okay, down there, y'all. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Drop the diamonds, y'all. Thanks for coming, y'all. Hey. Had a blast, y'all. Thanks for the super chats. Yay. Catch y'all later, y'all. Toodaloo, toodaloo. Toodaloo. I'm going. going, y'all. Just drop them. Drop them like they hot, y'all. You see how you do it? How you do it, spin boy? I'm dancing like a white girl. I don't even feel like I got no rhythm. Toodaloo, y'all.